All right, 50 points tomorrow. There you go, 50 points. You're not going to have an opportunity to make up the grade or raise it like I'm giving some of you for the quiz. All right, this is a one and done opportunity tomorrow. 50 points. If you're not here tomorrow, I expect to take it early next week. We're not here on school on Monday, but definitely Tuesday or Wednesday if you're not going to be here tomorrow. I always go back and forth on how I should review for a test. It's like, do I give most of the time to you guys to try it? Do I stand up here and do some problems with you? It's always like a balancing act, all right? And it really depends on the class. So I have selected problems from your review that are very similar to the ones on tomorrow's test. So I'm going to do those with you. Whatever time we have left, I'll leave the rest to you. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that, I'm not going to do number 4 with you, but you got to have the ability to group tomorrow. All right. So just because I don't choose one to do with you doesn't mean, hey, let's skip over it. And where are all the answers if you need them? On Aspen. Okay. The answer key on Aspen, I'm going to pat myself on the back, is unbelievable. It's step by step work. All right. So please take a look at it. All right. And again, if you guys decide, hey, I'm not going to prepare for this at all, and I'm going to get a poor grade, this isn't the place for you. I've been telling you that. Okay. This is not the place for you. All right. If you're going to be lazy about preparation, not the place. All right. So start getting out now. All right. Go see your guidance counselor. Number 3, let's go. Here we go with number 3. Factor a squared plus ab minus 12b squared. Factor that. All right. The directions are factor, which means you look for what first tomorrow? GCF. I do not see a GCF up there. Does anybody else? Okay, but I know you guys are probably nervous inside because you do see an A and a B in the same problem. And I'm asking you to factor that. How many terms are there? How many terms? 3 terms, right? With what number out in front? 1. So all this problem is multiply to your C, add to your B value. That's all this is. I don't care that it's got an A and a B in it. That doesn't bother me. It's got 3 terms, and the number out in front is 1. Ready to help me out? What are in the first 2 spots? A and A, right? Don't worry about the B's. Play my game. Multiply to negative 12, add to positive 1. Multiply to negative 12, add to positive 1.
Negative 3.
Minus 3 plus 4. What's the problem, though? I can't leave it like that. I need to put a B with the what? The 3 and my 4. That's it. It's still a 3-term. It still has 3 terms where the number out in front is 1. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Everyone all right with that? Now, I don't want to go into this because I don't want to waste more time, but you could also try to group this if you wanted to. Okay, you could also, if you were nervous, try to make it into 4 terms. Everyone all right? Okay. And remind me before I end today, I got to show you something that'll be on your, oh, never mind. It's right here on number 7. Here we go, 7. Not many people got this right on the quiz, so I decided to put it on the unit test again. All right, factor this right here, factor. You guys may not remember it, but it was on your test. I believe it was like question 2 or 3. It was a multiple choice. Directions are factor. What do you look for first? GCF. There is a GCF on the left and on the right. That's in common. Look at your subtraction sign. What's on the left and what's on the right? That's in common. Everyone see the x plus 1 on both sides. Take it out. The next parenthesis is what's left over after you take out an x plus 1 every time. So everyone go to the left side of the subtraction symbol here. If I pull out the x plus 1, what is still there? That's what's going to go in here. Stay with me. Pull out the x plus 1 on the right side. What is still there? X minus 4, but you are subtracting, so what am I going to write in here? Negative x and Everyone see where I got all that? I took all you're doing is the GCF method. The GCF is x plus 1. You pulled it out. You're left with the 2x minus 3. You take the x plus 1, pull it out. You're left with negative x plus 4. Clean up that second parenthesis. And inside that second parenthesis will be x plus 1. If you want to get fancy and write x plus 1 all squared, go ahead. Okay, but I'm fine with that. It's on there tomorrow. It's on there. Redemption from your quiz. All right, it's on there tomorrow. No, but similar. Very similar, yes. Questions? Anything else? All right, what would I have starred next? 9. Here we go with 9. This is just me. That's just a fancy way of writing what type of problem. What type of problem? Yeah, that's a division problem. So explain me the division rules. What do I do at the top? Nothing. 3x over x plus 3. What's that division change into? Multiplication. And what happens to the bottom? Flip the second one. So x squared minus 9 over x. Do I need a common denominator when I multiply? No, that's adding and subtracting. What I want to do when I multiply is factor, factor, factor. And I believe there are just one thing I can factor up here, right? I can factor out. I can factor what? Yep, x plus 3 and x minus 3 over x. Anytime you multiply, factor, factor, factor. Okay, now what can I cross out? I got the x plus 3s. I'll give you that. Can I do the x's? Yeah, because it's multiplication, right? Now be careful here. What are you going to cross out here?
Just the x, leave the 3.
Yeah, don't cross it out and put 2x. It's just the x gone. Yep, just the x.
That's it would be like, never mind.
If I had x to the third, then I would cross it out and write x squared. But here, no. All right, what's left? What's my answer here? 3 times x minus 3. Oh, so sad. That's not a multiple choice. Did we do something wrong? Yep, distribute. 3x minus 9. Questions? Okay. 11. I have starred 11. It's division, right? So you got to flip. You want to try to factor and flip at the same time? Can we handle that, or you just, never mind. I'm just going to flip it, then we can factor. Traps galore here. 4x squared minus 100. I get it, guys. Your eyes are lighting up. You're like 4, 100, perfect squares, ding, ding, ding. But then we forget about what we always have to look for first.
GCF.
There's a GCF. If you guys try to do 2x minus 10, 2x plus 10, what's still in both? A GCF, yeah. GCF. So take it out first. What could I have taken out at the very beginning here? A 4, yeah. GCF, GCF. So go ahead, take out a 4. I'm just going to do it off to the side up here. What's left when you take out a 4? X squared minus 25. You going to leave it like that? Or can you keep factoring? All right, go ahead. So bring the 4 down. And what's left with x squared minus 25? X plus 5 minus 5. All right, so that was a little tricky. Next, on that bottom, basic one, I think. Ash, settle down. Ashley? I didn't hear a word you said. I'm sorry. Plus 3 minus 2. And this is really coming up. This is really the reason why I did this one with you. How am I going to factor the top right? By what method? Oh, not yet. No, top right. Top right. This one right here. How am I going to be able to factor that? This is you're doing grouping, right? You're doing grouping. Ready, everyone? I got to review grouping. So the first thing I do is multiply the 2 and the 10 and get 20. Please watch with the grouping. It drove me nuts on the quiz. Now you rewrite it with 2 missing terms in the middle. Everything else stays the same. All right? People think you multiply 2 times 10. Oh, I'm done grouping. You're far from done. Far from done. What should go in these 2 middle ones? 2 numbers that do what? Add to the negative 9 and multiply to what, Lily? 20. That's what you got to think about. Multiply to 20, add to negative 9. Go ahead, Lily. I'm ready. Negative 5x, negative 4x. Now group them. First 2, last 2. What are you taking out of the first one? 2x minus 5. Remember, you want a 2x minus 5 left in the next one. Uh-oh. What can you take out here? Can't take out a 4, but you can take out a negative 2 and be left with you're still not done grouping. I can't tell you how many times people put this into here and start crossing out. You're not done. You have one more step. What is it? Take the darn GCF out, right? 2x minus 5 times. Come on now. You're not done grouping at that point. Grouping is multiple steps here. And now at the bottom, Ashley, going back to you. You wanted to answer that before. Take out a what? 4. And what's left? I did the easy stuff. Anything else? You think, Nick, huh? You think? Or on the bottom. Whatever feeling, right? Whatever you're feeling. Nice job. All right, so my final answer here will be, let's see, what do I have left on the top? I have a negative left. And x plus 5, 2x minus 5. Do not multiply. Leave it, leave it. And on the bottom? Questions? That was great. GCF, and had to factor again, know how to group and when to finish. Grace, how's that look? Darn right it does. 12. This will go quicker now. Undefined. What's the only thing you're looking at? Yeah, don't even sniff the numerator. I don't even care what's there. I put a happy face up there tomorrow, leave it. All right, leave it. Got it? So you want to know when the denominator is equal to what? Yep. Take your denominator equal to 0. I don't care. I know you want to really factor the top, but don't touch it when it's undefined. Numbers are those 4, 3, 6, 2, 12, 1. That's what I was thinking too. Nothing. I was just taking a look at your paper. I can't read anything, so it's fine. What, Ashley? So there's two values, x equals 6 and, whoops, x equals -2. That's it. 13. I think this is the most amount of points tomorrow, this type of problem. There's only one of them that's inequality. Might be like 5, 6, 7, 8 points, I think. About a couple dozen. 15. And this one right here is worth 5 points. Yep. Oh, here's an undefined question already. Everything that we've been doing. Is that good, Brett? 15 points? 15 questions? 50 points? This type of question is 1/10 of the test right here. How about that? 5 points. Yep. All right, here we go. First step. You tell me. Teach me now. Ashley, what's the very first thing I got to worry about? Nope. Nope. Even before that. That'll come up, but not right now. Hi, Maddie. Why are you so surprised? You raised your hand. Well, you should, because you have decent math ability. Be confident. Now, what's the answer?
Okay, so you have to make it equal to 1/3 and then
Say it again.
you have to change that sign.
Even before that. I'm talking very, very first step. Marissa?
You have to figure out what makes it undefined.
There you go. That's the first step. What makes the fractions undefined? What number would I plug in for x? 0. Everyone would agree? X equals 0 would make it undefined. So my first critical value I jot down is 0. Now, Maddie, go ahead. Now what do I want to start doing? Yep, now 1 over 2x minus 4 over 5x equals 1/3. And now I got to solve for x. Now, who told me about denominators? Who is spouting off about denominators? Ashley? Now we can find common denominators. Okay? 3, 5, and 2. Oh, boy. 3, 5, and 2. Smallest number all of them go into. Rack the brain. Think you got it? What do you got back there, Mary? What is this? 30. Yep, 30. And also I got to put what with it? X. So multiply each of these by 30x. Remember, your denominator should go by, what's up, Ashley? What's wrong? You good? Okay. Your denominator should be gone after this. All these here, gone after I cross out. Ready? 2x and 30x, what's left? 15, right? 15 times 1, help me out. 15. 5x and 30x, gone. What's left? 6 or 6x? 6. So it's going to be 15 minus Got to multiply with the numerator that was already there. 24. What cancels in the next one? 3 and 30. And what are you left with? Ooh, this one's a tough one, huh, to solve. Whoa, 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 10x. Calm down, everybody. 10x. Questions here? Because you're like a third of the way done. You're not even coming close to the finish line yet. 15 minus 24? 9. I know this isn't the prettiest, but go ahead, Ashley. Sorry.
With this problem,
Yeah.
is there like a point for like each step, so you can make a step?
It depends. It depends on the work. I don't have like a key that says take this many off. It depends what you do. Okay, and how much work you show me. All right, next step. So x will be equal to what? Divide both sides by 10. So x equals negative 9 tenths. I know you don't like that because it's a fraction, but we're going to deal with it. So that also becomes a what value now? Critical value. So I got 0 and I got negative 9 tenths. Put them on a number line. You got 0 and negative 9 tenths. Oh boy, here we go. What do you want to test? Where's that going to go? To the left or in between? In between? Negative 5 tenths, also known as negative 1/2, negative 0.5. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a minute or two. You guys store them in your calculator. Plug in the left side of your inequality, right side, store, store, store. This one was probably the toughest one for you guys to figure out if it was true or false. 3 tenths greater than a third. That's what I got there. 3 tenths greater than a third. So just ready? Here's the decimal. 3 tenths is 0.3. 1/3 is 0.333 repeating. And remember, what's the next number after here? 0. So is this true? No, that's not true. That's false. How about this one? 3/5 greater than a third? That is true. And then this one, I don't think you need decimals for, is a negative greater than a positive. No. So everyone see where our answer will be. How do I write that? Because I am going to have you write it tomorrow. You don't need to graph it on a number line for me, but you do need to write it. So ready? Here's my solution. X such that, well, it's between two numbers, right? It's between two numbers. So you can start out by saying negative 9 tenths and 0 with X in the middle. And then the arrows always go the same way, pointing to the left. Arrows always go the same way, pointing to the left. And now should it get an or equal to or not? Negative 9 tenths. Was it a solution or an undefined value? Solution. Check to the original problem then. Did the original problem have an or equal to? Nope, so this won't. And 0 was what value? Undefined, never gets it. Sorry, you want me to put the braces to make it official? There you go. Oh, whoa, here we go. Lily, go.
Why did you write the solution with like the or?
If, ready? if, let's say, this was false and these two were true when it's going out like this. Okay? When it's in between, you write it with the arrows pointing to the left, but when it's going out away from the number line, so if that was the case here, I'd write x is less than negative 9/10 or x is greater than 0. Okay? If they're going away from each other. That's when I would do it. Hold on. Mary? Yep, you ready? So the first thing I do is negative 9/10. Was that a solution or an undefined value? Solution. So what's that? So if it's a solution, if it gets an or equal to, is if the original problem had an or equal to. So if you look at your paper right now, the original problem, did it have an or equal to? No. So that means no solution gets a or equal to. Good? Undefined values, like in this case, are 0. That's what we said at the beginning, was make it undefined. Never gets an or equal to. Never. Okay? The only thing that could possibly get an or equal to would be your solution. Good? Anybody else? Okay. You'll see it again tomorrow. 5-pointer. Ooh, yeah, 15 and, whoa, boy. 14, 15, 16. Okay, 14. We did a day of these. Fraction divided by a couple fractions. All right, so is there anything to do with the top one? Can I do anything else with it? Nope, bring it down. So come on. So just bring it down, A over B. Can I clean up the bottom here? Can I make it into one fraction? Yes, that's what I want you to do, because now it's divided by, here you go, bring it into 1. Anybody know the common denominator? AB, good. And then what's got to be multiplied here? By the A. So I got B minus, what's the B have to be multiplied in the second fraction? B minus A, yep. And now this is a division problem. And what's your rule with division? No common denominators needed anymore. Yep, so keep A over B. Change it to multiplication. Flip the second one. So all I'm asking you to do in this problem is combine everything into one fraction on the top and the bottom. Cross out factor. What do you want me to do? Cross out. Okay. If you want me to cross out, what would you like crossed out? B's? Anything else? Okay, what's left on top? And on the bottom? Questions? Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to finish 15 and 16, but I want you to look at the two right now because they're different. What's the directions on 15? Solve for x, which means, hey, at the end, you got to have x equals something, right? X equals something. Versus 16, all I want you to do is combine those two. Do you see the difference? 15, I want x equals at the end. 16, is there even an equal sign? No, so just combine them. That's all I'm looking for 16 is just combining them. Okay, so if I'm going to solve for x in number 15, you got to get me rid of the denominators by multiplying each 3 by the common denominator. Okay, well, what's the common denominator? Well, factor everything you can. What's x squared minus 25 factor into? All right, what's your common denominator? Hey, that's what you're going to multiply each of these by now. X plus 5 and x minus 5. This is getting sloppy. This is why I don't want to do all of it. And now you cross out. Now you're going to cross out. And that's all I'm going to do for the, what crosses out on the first fraction? Go on. And you're left with x times, what crosses out in the second fraction? And you're left with negative 2 times x minus 5. And what crosses out in the third one on the other side of the equal sign? Everything. So I'm just left with, and I'll just let you guys take it from there. You might have to factor. And also on these, make a note. At the end, you got your answers, but check it, yeah, because it may make it undefined. So remember, check. And you just store your number in. And then 16. I want you to combine them. I should not get x equals out at the end here. What's your common denominator? Oh, we had trouble with this on the quiz. You don't combine them. You don't do 2x minus 1. Instead, x times.
X minus 1.
There you go, Art. Oh, look at you. Tough guy. Okay, so what's x minus 1 get multiplied by? X minus 1 gets multiplied by x, so you should have what on top? 3x. And then what's the x get multiplied by in the second fraction? All right, but be careful. Why am I saying be careful, be careful, be careful? Don't distribute 2. Negative 2. Minus 2x plus 2. Did you have that, Art? Did you distribute a negative 2? What were you left? Oh, you were left with an x plus 2. Son of a gun. Thought I was going to get you. That's what I need. I just want you to notice the difference. Here, I'm actually finding a number for x, so the denominators have to cancel out. Here, I just want you to combine. That's it. Questions? Anything else? I can at least tell you I had a couple others starred that are similar to tomorrow. I had 25 starred. There's one similar to 25. So on 25, combine, right? You got to combine. You got to find a common denominator divided by, again, find a common denominator and rewrite it here. Okay? And then divide. So 25, and then what else did I have? There's a ton here, guys, if you can see. I think that was it. Make sure you know your rules from yesterday, because this is the last question on the test tomorrow. Horizontal, vertical, etc. Okay, so make sure you know your scenarios from your packet. Again, I won't be here after school today, but I'm still here 7th period today and 3rd and 4th tomorrow. If you want to get ready before 5th period, it's up to you. Other questions? Anything else? I'm really hoping you guys show me that you want to get redemption from some of your quiz scores. So we'll see.